And then the speeches. I'll put it in Caleb's binder. Right?
Make sure everything's.
The talit is down there.
Okay, let me have. Give me the talit.
It's in here.
Let's open it up. We don't need the case. Yeah, that you can put out on a chair by the family.
And then our speeches, like my dad and my mom and me and Giselle, are here. So
Okay.
I don't know where they go. I just think they're in Caleb's fine.
Let's take them out,
Yeah.
and we'll place them over here on top of the blessing. So we can move this, leave this, and put this right here for them. There.
And me and Giselle go after they do Shachachionim and their speeches, and we come up and do our speeches. Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect.
Testing, test, test, test. No? Test. 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 Test, test, test. Test.
Where is his?
Test. Can you? Yeah, no. Can you check if the?
I see it.
You can take this one. Yeah. Speeches are here under here. Sure. Yeah, this keeps. testing. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. If you could all find a seat. We're about to begin. So let's greet each other properly. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Welcome. We welcome you to Caleb's Bar Mitzvah this beautiful Shabbat afternoon. It's also for some of us, it's the last day of Pesach as well. So for you, Chag Sameach, for those who are observing it on the 8th day. I'd ask you all, if you can, to stand. Those who can, please rise. So we're going to ask that you sing a little and become a congregation for Caleb. So the cantor's going to lead us in a nigun, just a melody. No real words are necessary. Just open your mouths and sing. That's all you have to do. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Try it now. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Didn't that feel nice? Please be seated. It felt so good and you did so well, we're going to do it again. Just another melody, just another la la la, and we'll all join in and become a congregation on this beautiful afternoon. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Yai lai lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la lai lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai lai la lai 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 la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la lai lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la la lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la la lai la 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 lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai la la lai la 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 lai lai la lai 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 yai lai lai ya la la lai la la lai la la lai ya la la lai la lai lai ya la la lai la la lai la la lai ya la la lai lai la lai 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 ya la la lai la la lai la la lai ya la la lai la lai lai ya la la lai la la lai la la lai la 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 la. So, you ready for the Shabbat service? This is Shabbat Mincha afternoon. We're using the Mishkan Tefillah. That'll be the prayer book that will be referenced throughout this service. We want you to participate in wherever the Hebrew is or the English or the melodies. You are Caleb's congregation. We'd love to have you just join in wherever you feel comfortable. There is one way we don't want you to join in. We don't want to hear your ringtone anytime during the service. That means right now, if you haven't checked it, go and find out if it's on silent or if it's off, so that we don't have to have the embarrassing moment of your cell phone going off in the middle of the silent prayer and everybody looking at you. Thank you. It is our tradition that Caleb not only chant from Torah and Haftarah, which he'll do later in the service, but also that he lead us through the Tefillot. So if you would turn to page 220, we find the responsive chant of the Ashrei, and I'll ask Lev to come forward and to lead us.
We chant we chant the Ashrei responsively. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha, Ojel Chalucha Sela.
Ashrei ha'am shekachalo, Ashrei ha'am shadonai Elohav.
Tehillah leDavid, Aramimcha Elochai HaMelech, Va'avarcha Shimcha le'olam va'ed, Becho yom avarchecha, Va'ahalela Shimcha le'olam va'ed. Dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, Ugvurotecha yigidu, Hadar kavod nifleotecha asicha, Ve'ezuz neurotecha yomeru, Ugdulatecha asaparena, Kerav tovecha yamdu, Vesikatecha yirnenu, Hanun ve'erchum Adonai, Erech apayim ugdol hased, Tov Adonai alechol, Ve'hartam echol ma'asav. Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, V'chasidecha yevarchucha, Vod malchutecha yomeru, Ugvuratecha yedaberu, Lechodia livnei ha'adam gevurotav, Ukvod hadar malchuto, Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, Umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Somech Adonai lechol hanoflim, Vezokef lechol hakefufim, Einei chol lechayos beru, Vatem lachem et kol leito, Poteach et yadecha, Umasbia lachol hayratzon. Harov Adonai lechol korav, lechol asher yikriuhu ve'emet, Ritzon Yere'av Ya'aseh, ve'et sha'utam mishma ve'yoshi'eh, Shomer Adonai et kol ohabav, ve'et kol harshaim yashmid, Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi, V'charech kol chazar shem kodsho le'olam va'ed, Va'anachnu nevarech ya, me'ata ve'ad olam, Hallelujah. Please turn to page 224 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Amen. Ve'amad yivrach yiruteh, ve'amlik malachuteh, ve'chayechom u'yomechom u'chayidchom ve'Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman karim, ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olam me'olmaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, ve'yithadar ve'yitaleh, ve'yitalah, shemei tikudisha v'reichu, le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata, tosh bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, ve'imru. Amen.
Caleb, the talit that you're about to receive from your parents is a talit gadol. It's a very big one. It anticipates your growth. Oh, you're here already. Oh, come on. No, you're here. This is your day. You stay up here. So this is talit gadol. And ultimately, as you grow, because it looks like you will, so the talit will fit you and not be so long. But the reality is all of this, the fabric, is really not the mitzvah. The mitzvah is here at the end. It's these long, these called tzitzit, which are these specially bound strings. They have 5 knots. There are 8 strings, and they're wrapped in a very specific way in order that when you look at them, you are to be reminded of the 613 mitzvot, because you're a bar mitzvah, right? You are connected to the mitzvah system. The way we understand God's commands are that we're to do acts of good, loving kindness, good deeds in our life of mitzvot. And that's really what this is about. So the putting of the talit on is almost a sense of feeling God embrace you, wrap his arms, if you will, if we could say that about God, around you. But it's also the love you feel from your family, from your friends, from your community. And so the talit symbolizes all of that. And your parents are about to place this on your shoulders. So I'm going to ask you to come over here. This talit is also special because it comes down from the generations. Your great aunt and great uncle brought it all the way from Israel for you, that you might use it on the day of your bar mitzvah, and that's a very special gift. So why don't you hold it here, and Caleb, if you would say the blessing. Amen. And now as you place the talit over your son's shoulders, I'll ask you to recite together that blessing that thanks God that you've lived to celebrate this day, the blessing of She'echianu. He isn't bar mitzvah yet.
Okay, thank you.
Caleb, Caleb, the Midrash Tanhuma says that in the Jewish tradition, you are called by 3 names. One your parents call you, one you call yourself, and one you earn for yourself. The last one is the best of all. This really suits you, my love. Obviously, we call you Caleb. Your name came to me, which I think you know this story, right?
Yes, I do.
In a dream when I was just over a month pregnant. And I thought it was a very, I don't know, like not a biblical name of sorts, right? And wouldn't suit a Sephardic son. And then I had an Orthodox girlfriend who set me straight, and she said Caleb came from the Old Testament. It was one of 2 spies Moses sent to the land of Canaan. She also told me that Kabbalah says one's true name is given around 40 days or something of pregnancy. Because I was worried, I'm like, well, I don't know if he's a girl or if he's a boy. Thank God you were a boy. Because Daddy liked the name, Serena liked the name. And she used to call you Kipu and kiss me through my belly because she couldn't say Caleb. And
I did not know that.
that was your name? Yeah. So we also gave you the middle name Aaron after your noble, wise, and generous great-grandfather from Softy's side. And then your Hebrew name, Lavi, after your great-grandfather, Sabi Avi's father, as you have the responsibility of carrying the Samuel name, and he was such a great man. You are, after all, the only grandson on Daddy's side, no pressure. You were made to live up to the responsibility. You are kind and you are wise beyond your years. We can already see it in you. But back to names. The most important, the name you earn yourself. And I'm not only talking about Fluffy, or DA, as Daddy likes to call you sometimes. I'm talking about Lev, for heart. For years, your Hebrew teachers, getting to know you, they continually called you Lev when they would say the Lamed and the Vav and not the vowels. And you would correct them and say, my Hebrew name is Lavi, but they would shake their heads and say, are you sure? You should be Lev, because you're all heart. It wasn't until I thought about this speech that I looked up the Hebrew meaning of Caleb. And verbatim, Google says this, seriously. Caleb is actually a compound word, kol, kaf plus lamed, all, or which means all or whole, and lev, which is lamed plus bet, which means heart. Therefore, Caleb actually means wholehearted. And my love, it is true. That is exactly who you are. Anyone who knows you knows this. You are the heart of our family, the middle child, yes, smack between 2 sisters that love you like in a motherly love. Poor you, you've got 3 mothers. At the middle of this family, you find the heart, this gift from God. Your life is such a blessing as you share your love with those lucky enough to know you. Like your dad, you are an empath that feels deeply for others around you. You always want to make sure people around you are happy. Little kids love you because you know how to make them laugh. You have tons of fabulous friends, and you're constantly charming adults. Your dad and I are so blessed to repeatedly hear that someone met you out and were so well-spoken, polite, and charming. We're very grateful. When I get all crazy like, because that's me.
Time.
You're the one to make me laugh and calm me down with something as simple as, shh, Mom, it's okay. Shh. I'll never forget your basketball coach, Jared, who once told me, if someone doesn't like Caleb, there's something wrong with that person, because Caleb's the greatest guy I know. I understand that more and more every day, Caleb Junam, because thank God you have so much to offer this world and are grateful and kind and determined to do it. When we rescued our dog Ranger, you wanted to take all the dogs home. You still do. When I explained to you that wasn't feasible, you decided to help find them homes instead. And over the past 3.5 years, you've volunteered numerous times at Jamie's Rescue and have put that half Israeli, half Persian negotiating blood of yours to work and are responsible for many adoptions. Sometimes your negotiation skills make me crazy, like when you were little and would negotiate for the biggest Lego from Nana or going to bed late. But I know that special way you have with your charm and your words will also help you land that major book deal you're dreaming of. You were put on this earth, my love, to shine, and reading and writing are your calling. May that continue throughout your life. I always say you have great luck and angels looking out for you. Perhaps it's all that good karma from your huge, generous heart. Bubba is here making sure the weather's perfect and lighting your path. I pray your light continues to shine bright. I pray here from this bima that in great health we will be all celebrating your wedding to a wonderful family-oriented woman that worships you and supports you, as you will her.
A little early for that.
It's early, but it's the most important decision of your life, and it's a bima, and I don't get up here often, so I'm praying it.
One monument at a time, okay? One milestone at a time.
Yeah, Kyle, no comments.
We will be invited to all your book signings and subsequent movie premieres. A breeder 2 or 3 would be nice too. Caleb Junam, you make me so proud to be your mother. I know I have great expectations from you, but it's your own fault for being so darn sweet, smart, and charming. You are the one that personality-wise is most like your dad. You may have my curls, but you have his patience, his diplomacy, his ridiculously perfect button nose, and most importantly, his heart. May you always be as happy as Daddy makes me. I love you more than words.
Great job. So I get claimed that I'm not very emotional. So, speaking for my son Caleb, I am going to shed a little bit of a tear, so. Welcome, dear friends and family. We are so honored that you have all made this journey from near and far to join us in celebrating our son Caleb's special day. We know it is not always easy to take the time out of all your busy schedules, so we just wanted everyone to know that we truly appreciate all your efforts, and if you're sitting in this room, it is because you're someone that we hold dear in our hearts. We also want to mention that we know some people were not able to be here in person, but we know they're here with us in spirit. Baba Ike, we love you and wanted to make a special mention for you as we know how important this day is for you as well. I stand before you today with such joy and love as I watch this amazing young man become a bar mitzvah. Caleb, how can I ever have enough time to stand here and tell all these wonderful people how special you are to me? In truth, that's impossible. I think if I had started the day you were born and then spent the rest of my days on this earth trying, it would still only be the beginning chapters. That, my son, is how important and special you are to me. You see, Caleb, when all my children were conceived, I asked the universe and God to please just give me healthy and happy children. I never asked for a son. I never asked for anything but health and happiness. It is amazing how God works. Or maybe that was the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. So God made the Rolling Stones mantra even better for me. He not only gave me what I needed, but standing here today, I can say God knew better and gave me what I needed and also gave me what I did not know I really wanted. My son, my Ben Abachor, God, in his infinite wisdom, gave me you, this incredibly kind, intelligent, charismatic, handsome young man who can accomplish anything you put your mind to. God also has quite the humorous side, as he seems to put some familiar characteristics between father and son just to make sure we understand our true connection. So before I dote on all your amazing achievements, I will tell two little stories about us that shows for good and for bad, we are definitely father and son. You see, Caleb and I share a trait. When we were younger, we were both stubborn. Yes, only when we were younger. And finicky, especially about food. When I was about 8 years old, we were having Sunday brunch at home. And my mom had made scrambled eggs. Sorry, Mom, I gotta tell the story. I, of course, would only eat scrambled eggs made by Nunu. And for those of you who don't know Nunu was my nanny who has a very special place in my heart. So, of course, when my mom brought the eggs, I said, I'm not eating them. My mom, in a very calm fashion, said, Roy, just try them. I, of course, said no. This went on for a few minutes until my mom, justifiably, started losing her patience and said, Roy, you can get up from this table after you try. Well, 6 hours later, of course, my mother relented and let me get up from the table because I was never going to try those scrambled eggs. Well, 30-something years later, and Caleb was about 8 or 9, and we were home. And I asked him, Caleb, can you please go get me Band-Aids from the cupboard? He, of course, responded, Dad, they're not there. I said, Caleb, please check again. Top shelf of the cabinet. I'm sure they are there. Caleb came back again and said, Dad, they're not there. So finally, I say, Caleb, if I go there and those Band-Aids are in that cabinet, you have a choice of either eating a tomato or I'm going to put your head in the toilet.
He hates tomatoes.
My loving father, everybody.
Long story short, Band-Aids were exactly where they were supposed to be. And Caleb chose his head in the toilet because in his mind, was I a madman or something? He wasn't going to eat a tomato. All joking aside, I'm lucky to see Caleb take some of my better qualities. But truthfully, to see this young man grow, I am blessed that I get to be a part of his life. He is kind, as shown by his tireless efforts as Jamie's rescues getting dogs adopted. Caleb and Gio even had the amazing opportunity of giving birth to, watching the dogs give birth to puppies. Caleb is talented, as we see with his piano playing. He's brilliant, as we see with his writing. He's a great friend, a great brother, and I have to say the most amazing son a father could ever ask for. And I'm not just saying that because you got me a Wayne Gretzky signed hockey stick for my birthday. Although KK certainly didn't hurt. I would never have imagined being so blessed with such an amazing man. Caleb, you are a special gift. You have the abilities to do anything you put your mind to. Whether you choose to be an author, a musician, whatever it may be, just be true to yourself and follow your dreams. You will be successful no matter what you choose because you are special. I know it. Your mother knows it. Most importantly, you need to know it. I love you in a way that only a parent can. I'm here for you always, and I'm so honored that I get to take this journey of your life with you. Mazel tov.
That was for your dad.
Hold on. I also want to say an extra special thank you to the most amazing, you guys can come up because you're part of this, to the most amazing event planner I have ever met. What a whirlwind few months we have had. And with all that, my incredible wife has been amazing. I think when I stood up here a few years ago, I thanked Lisa and told you all, if it not for her, we might be eating falafel in the parking lot. Well, this time around, that truly came even closer to being reality. So thank you, Lisa, and the city of Miami Beach for all of your efforts with tonight's event. We as a family are blessed that you are our matron. Your tireless efforts on a daily basis has allowed our children to grow and develop into such wonderful and conscientious young pillars of the community. You constantly outdo yourself in any project you take on, whether it is donating your time for the countless boards you are on, or having a challah baking class for the Temple Sisterhood, which, by the way, I'm sure after the last 8 days of Passover, you could easily find about 250 taste testers today. Thank you, sweetheart, for everything you do, not just for these big events, but how you act every day. We are so blessed. I love you to no end.
Dear Caleb, I love you so much. I can't believe you're becoming a man today. You practiced and worked really hard. I love how we always play make-believe, like when we jump on our beds and pretend the floor is lava, or pretending our beds are boats, and we fight off sea monsters. Caleb, you are kind, well-behaved, fun, creative, brave, and definitely funny. Caleb, your laugh is like a beautiful bird chirping, sitting on a tree near a beautiful waterfall. Oh, talking about laughing, remember that time when I was telling you how my speech got lost, and you were like, yeah, sure, it got lost, and staring at Mom, and you were actually being sarcastic, but then Mom started laughing, and that's when we figured out that Mom threw away my speech. And after that, you guys have been making jokes about it. Oh, Mom, and thank you for not throwing away this speech. I love how you used to tell Mom before we'd go to the JCC, please don't dress so good, because I don't like how the guys look at you. You always have a smile on your face, and you're always full of joy. Caleb, you are so brave. Like at South Point Elementary, when I saw you stand up to a bully on the basketball court, he was so much bigger than you, but you stood up tall and fought with your words, and got the basketball court back for you and your friends. Caleb, you have the best hair. It's so fun to play with, and making man buns and ponytails with. Do you remember when you and Serena made a rap for class and you put your hair in a ponytail? It was surprising because you never let your family or your friends touch your hair. Caleb, I love how you're so responsible too. You always take care of Ranger, like in the mornings, you always wake up early to walk the dog, and you always do it at the end of the day. Caleb, I also love how you can't choose who is your favorite sister, so you say that Ranger, our dog, is your favorite sister. But don't worry, I know it's me. Caleb, you are awesome, smart, and the best person and brother anybody can ever have. I love you, and I always will. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov!
Very tough act to follow, but I will try. Luckily, my mom didn't throw away my speech, so Mazal Tov. I'm endlessly proud of you. Today, not just today, every day. You are the purest soul, the most genuinely loving and warm-hearted boy, and the most supportive and caring brother. I'm the luckiest girl in the entire universe because you're my brother. I couldn't possibly imagine a boy more generous than you. The kindness and care you demonstrate on a daily basis, I thought could only be in that of a fairy tale. I admire the empathy, love, and warmth you show every day. If you could care for every homeless animal or unfortunate person, I have no doubt in my mind that you would. Doing mitzvot isn't a chore or a requirement for you, it's a desire, and that's the most beautiful quality anyone could have. A little over 2 years ago, I vowed to rhyme my speech in a joking response to your rhyme speech to me. You're welcome, I didn't. Not because I didn't want to, but it's really hard to rhyme something with Caleb, and ultimately I was stuck with writer's block, a problem that you don't ever seem to have. The creativity and imagination that flows out of you are not only a blessing for our family and close friends, but one day, likely in the near future, the entire world will be reading the New York Times bestseller by Caleb Samuel, which will bless them all. Not only your intelligence, but the depth of your intelligence fills me with pride and astonishes me every day. Another thing that astonishes me is how intelligent one thing is and how stupid the next thing is. But luckily, I'm very happy to say that the majority of what comes out of your mouth is very smart. You teach me things every day, some of which I'd rather not know about, but that's okay. Chances are, if it wasn't something that I needed to know, it probably made me laugh. You're utterly hilarious. Sometimes on purpose, like when Giselle was first born and we put her on a swing and you would pretend she hit you in the face with the swing. It doesn't sound funny now, but it was really, really funny then. And even now, if he does it, it's really, really funny. I vividly remember laughing uncontrollably to that. And sometimes not so much on purpose, like getting all of your toy helicopters stuck on the roof. Your constant need to make everyone around you happy is an amazing quality which makes everyone want to be your friend. Your passion and the way you've stayed committed to playing music really inspires me. The way you use it to express your emotions and the way you make it look so easy is incredibly impressive. The teamwork we show is that of an Olympic team, whether it's to persuade mom and dad for one more episode of Friends at night or to force Gigi to give us the best spot on the couch. Any task that it is, we make it work, and I wouldn't ask for anyone better to be my partner in crime. Caleb, use all of these magnificent qualities that you possess to change the world for the better. I know you can. I did a little research. I read an article while writing this and looked up the qualities that create a great leader, and every single one of them reminded me of you. You are charismatic, courageous, confident, inspiring, committed, passionate, creative, innovative, and empathetic. I promise you the world needs more Caleb Samuels. Remember to always embrace your blessings, take action toward your dreams, never regret anything that makes you smile, never be afraid to express your opinions, never stop loving uncontrollably. Remember that everything in life and everyone you meet is either there as a lesson or a blessing. Remember, if plan A doesn't work, there's 25 more letters in the alphabet. Always believe in yourself, speak passionately about what you care about, always listen to your heart, and just enjoy life. I love you forever. Keep making me proud. Mazal tov. It's not your problem.
We turn to page 226 and rise for the Amidah.
Adonai שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, בהורית אתה. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצביח ישועה, ונאמנת על החיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל.
We remain standing for the Kedusha on page 232.
לקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי ברוך, כתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד אלוהינו, אבינו ומלכנו, ומושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, נגיד עוד לך.
We will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We continue with Kedushat Hayom on page 234. Ata echad v'shimcha echad, umi ke'amecha Yisrael, goy echad ba'aretz. You are one, and your name is one, and there is none like your people Israel, a people unique on earth. A garland of glory have you given us, a crown of salvation, a day of rest and holiness. Abraham and Sarah rejoiced in it. Isaac and Rebekah sang. Jacob and Rachel and Leah, and their children were refreshed by its rest. A rest of love freely given, a rest of truth and faithfulness, a rest of peace and serenity, tranquility and security, a perfect rest which you so desire. May your children come to know that the sacred rest links them to you, and through their rest they sanctify your name. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu ritzeh ve'imnuchatenu. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest.
Okay. Adonai Eloheinu, be'ahava uvratzon, Shabbat Kodshecha, v'yanuchu va Yisrael, mikadeshei shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh ha-Shabbat.
We continue now on pages 236 and 237, and Caleb will be accompanying his sisters in this prayer, the Ritzeh.
It's not your bar mitzvah yet.
We continue with the prayer of gratitude. Modim anachnu lach, on the top of page 238. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'elokei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur hayenu, magen yishenu, ata hu ledor v'dor. Nodeh lecha, unsaper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamesurim beyadecha, ve'al nishmotenu hapekudot lach, ve'al nisecha shebechol yom imanu, ve'al nifleotecha yitovotecha shebechol et erev vavoker v'tzochoraim hatov ki lo kalu רחמך והמרחים, כי לא תמו חסדיך. מעולם קיווינו לך. ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב, שמך ולך נאה להודות. We sing together a prayer for peace. Sholom Rav, page 240.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. We continue now on this Mincha afternoon on page 244 with the Seder Kriyat Torah, the Torah service for the Shabbat. And as you're turning to that, I'll also ask you to take a look at the brochure
You can see, look, Caleb there holding up the pillars, the ancient temple. And then open it and look at both sides, left and right. There are a lot of names mentioned there. Those are all people that have been given honors during the Torah service. I'm pointing this out because we're at the Torah service, and we don't want you to miss your honor. So look carefully at those names, and we're going to begin as we prepare for the first ark opening. There is none like you among the gods, Adonai, and there are no deeds like yours. You are sovereign over all worlds, and your dominion is in all generations. Adonai reigns, Adonai has reigned, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will give strength to our people. Adonai will bless our people with peace.
En kmocha va'Elohim Adonai, ve'en k'ma'asecha, malchutecha olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimlach, le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'mo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Avarachim etiva yirzolecha et Zion. Tivnei Torah Yerushalayim, Tivnei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'davar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlu l'Adonai iti, u'noromemo Shemo yachdav. This is the Torah, Israel's morashah, our heritage and our inheritance. In it are the laws, the customs, the traditions of our people. Wherever we've been in any time or place, the Torah has given us strength and vision to create family, and out of family to create community. Caleb, your mother talked a lot about your name, and she mentioned that Caleb was one of the spies that went into the land of Israel. He and Joshua were the two that came back and said, we can do this. They may be giants there, they may be powerful, but we can beat them. We can take the land. And they're the ones that praised the land and said we should go right now. But the majority, the other 10 spies, said, no, we're too weak, they're too big, they're too strong, we can't do it. And so the whole generation of those people that came out of Egypt were condemned to die in the wilderness, except for 2 people, Joshua and Caleb. They got to go into the promised land, into the land of Canaan, which became the land of Israel, because Caleb and Joshua believed that we could do it. Caleb, this Torah has been on that journey for over 3,000 years. These words that we pass down to you
are words that have been lived by generation after generation, all of these years. That's the miracle, Caleb. There's nothing more miraculous than the fact that we're reading the same words and living by the same traditions that have existed for thousands of years. You know, it's hard even to keep a document, a letter, or even an email, to keep it for a while. But this is thousands. And you now are the recipient of this tradition. The chain of tradition in your family goes all the way back. And because you come from two very specific traditions, one of which we know about because we know the story of when we went into exile into Persia, what became Persia, and that the Persian Empire housed our people for all of those years, not only Esther and Mordecai, but beyond that, all the way through even today, the notion that there are Jews living in that place, and that the Ashkenazic side of Jews that went into Europe and became a part of that tradition. Wherever we've been, all of that comes together in you at this moment. And so, reliving that chain of tradition, I'll ask your parents to come forward, your grandparents, and your great-grandmother, because you're blessed to have 4 generations in your family, to be able to pass the Torah to you on this day of your bar mitzvah.
Adonai Mitzion, Orei Betuv Yerushalayim. Yivrechecha Adonai Mitzion, Kol Yemei Yemei Chayecha. Urevanim levanecha, Shalom al Yisrael. 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 Yerushalayim, 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 Yerushalayim,
Yerushalayim,
Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim,
Yerushalayim,
Yerushalayim. Uha-עובדים בארץ האשור והנידחים בארץ מצרים. uha-עובדים בארץ האשור והנידחים בארץ מצרים. והשתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש. בירושלים, 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 בירושלים.
Please be seated. Underneath your chair, you'll find a ledge, and if you want to follow the Torah portion that Caleb is going to chant, there's a copy of the Chumash, of the Torah down there, and you can put your Siddur away for a while. We're going to be focusing on the Torah reading and the Haftarah. In the Chumash, in the Torah, on page 711, we'll find his reading from Shmini, which is in the book of Leviticus, of Vayikra. And it's the only real mention that we have in the Torah about kashrut in a serious way. That is, chapter 11 outlines a lot of the major laws about what kinds of animals, what kinds of birds, what kinds of fish can be eaten, what can't be eaten. It's really the major section in the Torah that focuses on that. And it's all within the context of one of the lines that we have coming up, but it's also at the end of the portion, because it says, God says to us, Ki ani Adonai Elohechem v'hikadishchem. I am God who sanctifies you. Vayitem kadoshim. You shall be kadosh. Ki kadosh ani. Because I, God, am kadosh. That's the theme. That's really the theme of the whole Torah. One can say that is the theme. That we are supposed to elevate ourselves. I don't know if you saw, but during the Kedusha, we say kadosh 3 times. And some of us have the tradition of rising up on our toes at that time, as if to remind ourselves that our role in life is to elevate life, make it better, to make it more holy, to make it more special. The reason for kashrut was, again, God gives us the rules. We don't know the specific reasons. People have made up all kinds of things about trichinosis, and they didn't have refrigeration. But the reality is, it's to say we have a defined set of laws that define the way we react toward things. And these laws are not about hunting. They aren't. They're about farming. That is, the animals, by and large, that we eat are farmed animals. We were shepherds and farmers. That is our tradition. And that is how our food came to us, grown, herded in a methodical way so that it was not hit and miss. You didn't shoot an animal and wound it so that it died in pain. You slaughtered it according to certain regulations. And that was a way of saying, if we have to eat meat, let's at least do it in whatever we can understand to be the most humane or painless way. And that's true about all of the laws, one can argue, within the Torah. It's just about being kadosh. And I say just, but that's really important. The reason we take a 13-year-old boy and torture him, or a 13-year-old girl, or when you get there, the reason we do this, because what could be a worse time? Middle school. I mean, we've all been there. It's not the height of our school experience. Middle school, when you're an adolescent and your body is changing and your voice, and you're dealing with all of these social issues. And at that point we say, okay, you're going to learn this language, you're going to learn to chant without any vowels. You're going to learn all this tradition, and you're going to stand up in front of a couple of hundred people, and you're going to present and lead the service. And it really is a way of saying that your role, that his role and our role in life, is to be elevated, to be better, to try more, to do something to make the world different, and to recognize that we can. If he can do this, what can't he do? I mean, that's the reality. If we ask this of him, he can ask of himself almost anything. But that's true for all of us, whether we've had this moment or not. The reality is, we are here to be kadosh. That's what God tells us. And so, he's going to now come forward, Caleb, and he's going to call his aliyot. You'll find them beginning at page 711. You can follow his text.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah harishona. For the first honor, I would like to call up my great-grandmother, Zarin Taj Nabandigani, and my grandmother and grandfather, Nahid Nabandigani and Burden Hames, to the Torah.
Can you read this? Just
You read it. I don't have the glasses. Yes. You're good.
Baruch et Adonai Hamurach.
Baruch Adonai Hamurach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamurach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha banu bina so yarim v'nasan lanu et toraso. Baruch atah Adonai nos.
Amen. Vaydaber Moshe el Aharon, va'el Elazar, va'el Itamar banav, hanotarim kehu et hamincha, hanoteret Moshe Adonai, v'chlucha matzot etzel hamizbeach, ki kodesh kodashim hi. V'chatem eta b'makom kadosh, ki chokcha v'chok banecha hi Moshe Adonai ki chen tzuveti ve'et hazeh hatenufa ve'et shok hateruma tochelu b'makom tachor ata uvanacha uvnotecha idecha ki chokcha v'chok banecha nitenu mizivchei shamei b'nei Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech מלך העולם, אשר נוסן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נוטע בפנינו, ברוך אתה אדוני, נותן התורה.
Amen.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashniya. For the second honor, I would like to call up my grandparents, Nelian Menoshir and Dorit Arad and Avi Samuel, to the Torah.
Me? This one?
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Shok haterima v'hazeh hatenufa al ishei chachalavim yabiu lehaniv tenufa lifnei Adonai v'chayalecha uvanecha itecha lechok olam ka'asher tziva Adonai ve'et Seir hachatat darash Moshe v'hanef saraf vayigzov al Elazar ve'al Itamar b'nei Aharon hanotarim lemor maduach lo achatem et hachatat b'makom hakodesh Ki kodesh kodashim hi ve'eta natan lachem laseit et avon ha'ada lechaper alehem lifnei Adonai.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו את תורתו,
תורת
חיי
אמת,
עולם,
וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashlishit. For the third honor, I would like to call up my great aunt, Puri Niman, my great aunt and great uncle, Katrine and Roger Eshigoff, and cousin, Joy Eshigoff, and great aunt and great uncle, Nora and Mulik Moyal, to the Torah.
Okay.
No, this is me. This is you.
לא, אני רוצה לראות איפה אתה קורא. אוקיי. ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה המבורך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Hein lo huva את דמר אל הקודש פנימה, אכל תאכלו אותה בקודש כאשר ציוויתי. וידבר אהרון אל משה, הן היום הקריבו את חטאתם ואת עולתם לפני אדוני, ותקרנה אותי כאלה, ואכלתי חטאת היום, היטב בעיני אדוני. וישמע משה ויטב בעיניו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
What can I say? You're
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah harvi'it. For the fourth honor, I would like to call up my aunt and uncle, Linda and Philip Kermanchachi, and cousins Lee and Luke Kermanchachi, and my uncle Roz Samuel to the Torah.
Baruch Adonai Barach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aharon lemor alehem. Daberu el bnei Yisrael lemor zot hachaya asher tochelu mikol habechema asher al haaretz kol mafreset parsa v'shasat shasa perasot ma'alat gera babechema ata tochelu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Thank you, Uncle Philip. It's going by a lot faster than I anticipated.
That's what life does.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah ha'chamishit Avi Roi ben Avraham ve'Nili Imi Echlaza bat Yitzchak ve'Esther ve'achoti Eliah. For the fifth honor, I would like to call up my parents, Lisa and Roy Samuel, and my sisters, Serena and Giselle Samuel, to the Torah.
This doesn't count for you.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ach et zei lo tochelu mima'alei hagera umimafrisei haparsa et hagamal ki ma'alei gera hu Ufarsa enenu mafris tamehu lachem ve'et hashafan ki ma'ale gera hu Ufarsa lo yafris tamea hi hu lachem.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. For the maftir, which is actually when Caleb is called to the Torah, we turn to the end of the portion on page 717. Beginning at verse 45. And our tradition here is that we read out of a Sephardic scroll, which is housed in the ark. So those of you that can rise when the ark is open so that he can read, he'll be called up by the cantor.
Yamod, bar ha-mitzvah, lev ben roi veliliza, chazak ve'amatz.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevarach.
Baruch Adonai hamevarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ki ani Adonai hama'aleh etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim v'item kedoshim ki kadosh ani. Zo Torat habechema v'chaof u'chol nefesh hachaya haromeset ba'amayim u'chol nefesh hashoretzet el haaretz lehavdil bein hatamei uvein hatachor uvein hachaya toch hane'echelet uvein hachaya asher lo te'achel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
We remain standing as we are about to lift and dress the Torah. Yamod Hagba, Yamod Glila.
Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael ki Adonai beyad Moshe.
Please be seated. Thank you. The Haftarah for Shabbat Machar Chodesh can be found on page 1495. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habacher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayomer lo Yehonatan machar chodesh v'nifkata ki yipaked moshavecha v'shilashta tered me'od uvata el hamakom asher nistarta sham beyom hama'aseh ve'yashavta etzel ha'even ha'azel va'ani sheloshet hachitzim tzida oreh leshalach li lematara vehine ashlach et hanar lech metzah et hahitzim im amor omar lanar hine hahitzim mimecha vahena kahenu vavoa ki shalom lecha ve'en davar hai Adonai ve'im ki omar la'ele hine hahitzim mimecha v'hala li'ech ki shelachacha Adonai v'ha'adavar asher dibarnu ani va'ata hine Adonai beini uvenecha adolam. Our Haftarah continues toward the end at verse 40. Vayiten Yehonatan et kelav el hana'ar asher lo vayomer lo lech have ha'ir hanar ba v'david kam me'etzel hanegev vayipol le'apav arza vayishachu shalosh pe'amim vayishkou ish edreyehu vayivku ish edreyehu ad David higdil vayomer Yehonatan leDavid lech leshalom asher nishbanu shenenu anachnu b'shem Adonai lemor Adonai yeh beini uvanecha uvein zari uvein zarechach adolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Shabbat Shalom. That's awfully loud. Thank you all for being here to witness my transition into becoming a bar mitzvah. My Torah portion is Shmini, from the book of Vayikra, or Leviticus. Vayikra is the third book of the Torah. In my Torah portion, a lot is going on. The Jewish people have just escaped from Egypt and are trying to organize a way of life. God instructs them to set up sacrifices, and he will appear before them. This is done, and all is well, until Aaron's 2 sons bring before God an alien fire. There's still today a large debate on what is meant by alien fire, but whatever it is, it angers God, and he strikes down the 2 brothers. He then instructs Moses and Aaron not to grieve, and gives the rule that no one should be intoxicated before entering the sacred tabernacle. All in all, this was a very unpleasant text in the way that it focused on the tradition that most people no longer partake in, that being the sacrifice of animals. But there was a verse towards the beginning of my portion that really caught my eye. This was when it said, "The Israelites brought to the front of the tent of meeting the things that Moses had commanded, and the whole community came forward and stood before the Lord." This speaks nothing of sacrifice or how they had to show up. This section reminded me of what it is to be a Jewish person, to show up as a community and praise God, not just for one person to come, but for the whole community, just like today. It's so nice for all of you to be here. Coming to temple should not be something that you dread or complain about. It should be something that we look forward to. I can also learn from this personally, as my family does come to temple. My Torah portion has inspired me to start coming more often. I now feel as though it's my job as a bar mitzvah. To me, being a bar mitzvah means a lot of things. It means that I'm officially a Jewish adult. That, and quoting my wonderful parents down there, any mistakes I make from now on are my own. No pressure. But honestly, I think that the main thing being a bar mitzvah means is that I am now officially part of the Jewish community as an adult. And one of the most important things in a Jewish person's life is doing mitzvot. I've carried on this tradition already by volunteering at Jamie's Rescue, an organization that finds dogs off the streets, takes them in, gives them food, water, and shelter, and tries to find them a forever home. I really love volunteering at Jamie's Rescue because I know I'm making a change for the better in 2 lives instead of just 1, both the dogs and the owners. Additionally, I was involved in the Holocaust Remembrance Project, in which I was given a child who died in the Holocaust to remember. Interesting enough, my child was named Aaron, which is my middle name. This really made me feel more connected to him, and I'm so grateful that my temple continues the tradition. So many people have supported me throughout this long process, and I would like to thank them all. Cantor Nicholson, thank you for teaching me about everything that I've said up here. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you as my Hebrew teacher. You are such a nice person, and I always look forward to our meetings. I hope to stay in touch. Rabbi Davis, I really appreciate all the help that you gave me. I couldn't have written a speech anywhere close to this if it weren't for you. I loved all of your stories, and I wish that our meetings had lasted longer so you could tell me more of them. Mr. Baranek, learning tefillah was such a great experience, and I'm so glad that it was you who taught it to me. You are always so kind to me, and it's been incredible to know you these past years. Cantor Haas, I'm so grateful for you perfecting my voice. If it were not for you, I'd probably be reading so fast that my whole service would have been over an hour ago. It was so nice to chant with you, and I'm so glad that you're my cantor. That side, okay. Rabbi Glickstein, It was so fun having lunch with you. You are such a fun and incredible person. You have always been so nice and funny, and I loved your off-Broadway shows so much. Your sermons are so insightful, and I love listening to you speak. We are all going to miss you so much here. To all my friends, thank you guys for being so supportive of me throughout this process. It's so awesome to have such great friends like you. To my family, thank you all for flying in, whether it's from New York or Israel. I'm so incredibly grateful that you guys could be here to see me. I know that I'm so pumped to see you. Or LA. Or anywhere. Hello, Linda, Uncle Philip, and Lee and Luke. One of my favorite parts of going to New York is seeing you guys. It's always so fun to go fishing with you or go to the beach. But no matter what we do, we always have the best adventures and end up making memories that will last us forever. Uncle Razi, I lucked out by getting you as my uncle. You're the funniest person I've ever met, and spending time with you is always the highlight of my week. I love how we can just make eye contact and burst out laughing. Thank you so much for always being there for me to make me laugh. Safti Neely and Sabi Mena, thank you for all the fun times that we've shared. I cherish every sleepover, barbecue, and just normal days that we spend together. It's amazing how you guys are both always smiling, no matter the circumstances. You're so loving and caring, and I can't wait to spend more time together. You are two of the best grandparents ever. You make me laugh and smile, and you are always doing something to make me and my siblings happy. I love you so much. Sabi Avi and Dorit, you are both so fun to be around, and I'm always looking forward to being with you. I'm so grateful for every moment I get to spend with you, and I feel so lucky to have a grandfather with such an interesting past as you. You've always been so kind to me, and I love the fact that we have the same taste in books, and the way that you guys make every holiday we spend together special. I appreciate everything you guys do. Nana, you are such a nice, loving person, and I always have a blast when we spend time together, whether it's in New York, Miami, or anywhere else. I'm so happy that you're here right now watching me accomplish this milestone. Bubba, I can't believe it's been 3 years since you passed. I miss you so much. I spent so long wondering how I'd get through this without you by my side, guiding me. But now I know that just because I can't see you doesn't mean you're not here. So thank you so much for being there when I needed you the most, for always making me see the bright side of things and teaching me everything I know. Gigi, I can't believe that you're going to be up here in just 4 years. Sounds like a lot, but I thought that 2 years was a lot when Serena had hers, and it's really not. Time always flies by when we're hanging out, and you are definitely my go-to person if I ever want to play a game of Monopoly, Life, or just a game with our imaginations. I know that sometimes we argue and have the occasional fight, which you usually win, but I love you nonetheless. Serena, you're possibly the best older sibling anyone could ask for. You always make me laugh, and I love how understanding you are. You are always there when I need both a sister and a friend. By the way, sorry for hitting the keys so loud when I type. Dad, I couldn't be more happy to have you as my dad. You are so understanding and always know what to say. I love that you always know what I'm thinking, and you're constantly using that to help me change my life for the better. Please never stop doing that. I need all the help I can get. Mom, thank you so much for all the love and support that you give me. I don't say that enough. Thank you for giving me a life that I can look at and say, that's how I want my life to be. I know that this bar mitzvah is supposed to make me more independent, but I just wanted you to know that I'm always going to need you in my life. I could go on forever naming everybody one by one, but since I know that you all probably want to go party now, because I definitely do, I'm just going to say thank you for all being here, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the night.
Well, we're not quite done yet, so bear with us a few more minutes. If you would, put away the Chumash and take out the Siddur for the final prayers, and so that Caleb can be blessed in front of the open ark. I'm going to ask those who are to open the ark the second time to please come forward. We're going to be on page 256 in the prayer book. And when the ark doors are open, those who can stand, I'll ask you to stand. Rabbi Davis will be delivering the blessing in front of the open ark.
Caleb, awesome.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. You led us so beautifully in prayer, in your chanting, and more than that, just the way that you conduct yourself. Your friends behave so beautifully. Thank you, friends. Really magnificent. It's an honor to you that they respected you in the way that they did. An honor to you that your family and friends are all here to celebrate this important day with you. I know that you have this quest and dream about being a writer, and I want to tell you that the most important book that you're going to write is not one that you will necessarily put ink to paper or write on the computer. It's the book of your life, the way that you live. And the first chapters that you've already written are really magnificent. The descriptions that everyone has given today, the nonverbals that go on up here, just the way your family loves each other and the way you treat each other with such kavod, such respect and honors. Really a beautiful, beautiful thing and an inspiration to everyone that's here with you and that's with you all the time. Personally, as your mentor, I felt so happy every time you would come into my office because of that right there. You got that smile. And the very first time that we met, my wife had just had an accident. Thank God she's doing better. But the next time we met, a month later, you walked into the office and you said, "How's your wife?" And that's just unbelievable that your heart and your brain is able to take that information and understand how important it is to connect with people in the way that you do. You are indeed a blessing to your family, to your friends, to this community, and certainly to the world. And I look forward to reading the book that you write, not the one that's going to be published, but the one that you're publishing every single day through the way in which you live your life. And so it's my pleasure as your mentor and as your rabbi to give this blessing to you today. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God always lift you up and may you always be filled with the blessing of shalom, the blessing of wholeness and of peace. Amen.
Ki lekach tov natati lechem torati, al ta'azovu. Behold, I have given you a good doctrine, my Torah. Do not forsake it.
Ki lekach tov natati lechem torati, al ta'azovu. Etz chayim hi lamachashikim ba, v'tomechecha be'yusha, derachecha darchenam, v'chol netivotecha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashova. Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu kekedem. Yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai yalai, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai yalai, yalai la 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 la, yalai yalai, yalai la 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 la.
We remain standing. Turn to page 282 as we join in the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing for the final prayer, which is the Kaddish. It's on page 294. Services end with the Kaddish as not as a way of being sad, but a way of reminding ourselves that we have so many wonderful lives that we owe the blessings of our own lives to, and we remember them before we're about to leave. We think of all of those in our personal families who have given us so much who are no longer physically here. And we thank God for those lives and for those memories and for those values. We do it as a people as well. As Caleb reminded us of one young man named Aaron who died during the Holocaust. He was one of 1.5 million Jewish children who were murdered during that time among the 6 million. We don't know all of their names, but we remember them and we remember the loss. And we also recall the over 23,000 men and women that have given their lives that we might have a state of Israel in our lifetime. We also think as Americans of our soldiers that continue to die in uniform around the world. If anyone here is saying Kaddish or has a yahrzeit or wishes to remind us of a name or names, as I indicate around the room, I'd ask you to say those names out loud. Thank you. 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 We join together in affirming all of their lives through the words of Kaddish, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mivarach Leolam Ul'almei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all of you who mourn and comfort the bereaved here and everywhere with God's blessing of peace. And we say, please be seated. Caleb, Lev, come on up. So you've been given a snack. If you want to, enjoy it. It's been a while since you had anything to eat. If you would like to, have a bite. It's a very small bite, but it's a little bit of sugar. There is a tradition, a strange and bizarre tradition, but we follow it, which is after this wonderful young man has just led us in a beautiful service, chanted from Torah and Haftarah and given us a speech, we're going to throw things at him.
Yay.
I don't understand
happy.
it, but it seems, no.
Not yet.
First of all, the first rule is you wait until I say you can. Now, the rules here are very specific. One, you have to throw from where you're seated. You can't run up to the bimah. You hear me back there? You don't get to run up to the bimah. You got to throw from back there. That's true for you guys as well. Once you've thrown, that's the second rule, the candy can't be picked up and thrown again. It can be picked up and eaten. I'm sorry, you're in my synagogue. I make the rules. Sorry. Any other shul, you can do what you want. This is what we do. So the candy can be picked up and eaten. It can't be thrown again. But the most important way we're going to save this young man from any damage on this day is he's going to pick 3 shomrim who are going to stand in front of him and block you from hitting him. Okay, who you got?
My cousins Lee and Luke and my cousin Justin.
All right.
Come here. Come here.
You don't get to throw. You're blocking. You have the mitzvah of being a shomer. Come on up. So, gently bless him with sweetness.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov,
All right, the kids can come up and get the candy. Come up and get the candy.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. And I want to thank your friends, your cousins for cleaning up the bimah. That was very nice of them to do that. Now you go home and clean your room. I did. So we've already gotten a lot of mazel tovs here, Caleb. And so I want to talk to you about being a writer, because that seems to be the theme in your life. And there's a very famous story actually told about Israel, and it had to do with Tel Aviv. And this happened to be when the German ambassador was coming to Tel Aviv to visit. He was being shown around, and he was shown the Man Auditorium. It was a big, beautiful auditorium that's in Tel Aviv at the time. And he said, wow, that's really amazing that you would name your center here in Tel Aviv after our great writer, the German writer Thomas Mann. And the man who was showing him around said, no, this wasn't named after Thomas Mann. This was named after Frederick Mann. And the German ambassador said, well, I know what Thomas Mann wrote. What did Frederick Mann write? He said, the check. And that actually is true. He wrote a very big check donating for the Mann Auditorium. That the reality is that not all authors get published, not all authors get known or read. It's one of the hard things. There's a famous story about a writer who dies and who is given by God the choice of going to the upper place or the lower place. And because he's interested in stories, he says, well, show me what it is down there, and then if I'll decide. So they go down to hell, and he looks and he sees these writers have computers, they're chained, it's fiery, it's hot, and they're pounding away and writing stories. He said, okay, what does it look like up in heaven? Take him up there. It's the same scene. These writers are chained and they're pounding away at their computers, and it's hot. And he says, well, I don't get it. What's the difference? He said, in heaven they get published. Because it's not easy, as you must know, to be a writer. It's hard. I mean, it may come to you at this point. Your sister even talked about writer's block. The reality is, even the greatest writers struggle to put it down on paper in the way that they want it. Hemingway is said to have rewritten The Old Man and the Sea almost 200 times as he struggled to find the right way to convey the story. It is something that's internal in a writer. It's finding the right way to convey those words. Now, we are called the people of the book, but the book we have is that book, and that is the Torah, the Bible, the Tanakh. That's our book, and it guides us in our life. And the understanding we have is that the wisdom of our tradition helps lead us wherever we're going. Whether you are a published writer, and I hope that is something that happens because I know you want it, but even if it happens, still remain the same person you are. As Rabbi Davis talked to you about the story of your own life, that's your soul. God has given you, Caleb, a unique soul. It's yours. It's only yours. You need to do with it what is special in life. And if that's writing, if that's saving dogs, if that's being kind to people, whatever it is, continue to do it. Tell that story, even as you tell other stories. Isaac Beshev, a singer who didn't live very far from here, one of the greatest Yiddish writers of all time. There's a street name for him up in Surfside. You probably don't know his work, but it's really remarkable work. He said that God gives to lawyers clients and gives to doctors patients, but he gives to writers stories. And that is what I hope for you, that you will always find stories that mean something to you, and that you will live out your own story in a very special and holy way. Our congregation has been blessed to be a part of your family for all this time, and we continue to be, and I've been blessed to be part of it as well. Our congregation wants to make some gifts to you. I'm going to ask Cindy Albert, who is representing our board, to come forward, and then Mark Baranek will help give these gifts.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So I do serve on the Temple Board of Trustees. My name is Cindy Albert, and it's always an honor to be here doing this for our congregants, but it's a special privilege today because this beautiful family is also my next door neighbor. And so I've had the privilege of watching Caleb grow from a little boy knocking on my door asking for permission to get any kind of ball out of my backyard to a poised, articulate, funny young man who walks past my house every day with Ranger and who most recently stood outside with us while we cheered on the FP&L crew who finally turned the power back on our block after Irma. So this is a special privilege for me, and Mazal Tov to everybody. This was extraordinary and beautiful. So I do have gifts because that's what we do. So this is your bar mitzvah certificate. I hope you get to hang it up in a place of privilege. This is your Tanakh, so you can take us with you everywhere you go. And this is the Kiddush cup, which I hope you fill with blessing every Shabbat. Do I get to hug?
Of course, you get a hug.
The best. Mazal tov and Shabbat Shalom.
Caleb, it's a very special moment for you and your family, and me standing up here right next to you for a few reasons. One, this was my bar mitzvah portion. A long, long time ago, not easy. It was a long time ago, but I still remember parts of it, and brought back nice memories having you chant some of those words today. Also, you talked about your Holocaust project, and tomorrow afternoon I leave for Poland. Next Shabbat, right at this time at about 6:30, I will be in Warsaw, and we will have just walked through the Warsaw Ghetto. And there we will learn the story of Mordechai Analevich and some of the heroes of the Warsaw Ghetto. And I hope, Caleb, in a few years when you're in high school and you have a chance to go on the March of the Living and your sister before you, to have that opportunity to learn about our history firsthand. And also, of course, to get to go to Israel. Last night I had the honor of being at your house for Shabbat dinner. And a number of things stood out for me. One of them was obviously your family and your cousins and your uncles and your grandparents and your friends and your family friends and the warmth. There were a bunch of people there, but the warmth, it was like there were 3 people there. And then you doing the brachot off by heart. You did the kiddush without looking at any siddur. You just did it off by heart. And the importance of saying those brachot, bringing in the Shabbat, was evident. So I tell you, Caleb, in front of everyone here, and by the way, do you know what the word kvelling means? Kvelling is what your parents are doing right now. They are shepping naches. They are glowing with pride, as they should, as does everyone here in the congregation, because it's not only how you did today, because everyone knew you would be great today. It's you. Easy with the hair, killer. Come here. Come here and relax. You got a few minutes left with me, and then you do whatever you want. So I just want to say, Caleb, before you go to your party and before everything, how proud everyone is of you here and how well you represented everybody today. You should be very proud of yourself. And I hope you know that we expect you here, maybe not next week, but the week after, and you come on Monday nights and you go to J-Travel and you do all the things you get to do as you grow older here. So it's my pleasure to give you these gifts. One is a membership to the Jewish Museum of Florida, FIU, and there's some beautiful exhibits there, and that's sponsored by our very own Jonathan Simons, and over 1,000 B'nai Mitzvah students have received this gift. You're welcome. This is a certificate that a tree has been planted in the land of Israel by the clergy and staff of the temple in honor of this moment. And finally, these are 2 gift certificates, one to the Nifty in Israel and one to the Alexander Muss High School in Israel program for you to use and to go with some of your friends after your 10th grade year. To your parents and your grandparents and everyone else that's here. It should always be really, really nice, special moments like this. Mazal tov. Congrats.
Let's hear one more ukulele. Come on. There we go. Very nice. We don't get to hear it too often here, so it's nice to have it. So this concludes our service, but for some of you who are still observing Pesach, when we do the motzi, we have actually matzah up here, and when you're ready to break the Chometz fast, if you're going to Mamuna or you're going to just eat at the reception or whatever you're going to be doing, you'll do it yourself. We're going to be doing Havdalah now in order to officially end the service. So I'm going to ask you to put aside your Sidurim and leave your seats. I'm going to ask your family, Caleb, to join you up here. And then everybody else, I'll ask the rest of the family to come on up. And everybody who wants to, the lights are going to go down. We're going to be doing Havdalah up here. And we'll be learning a melody. The cantor will lead us. And we will take the multi-braided candle and the spices and the wine and do Havdalah.
La 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen borei peri hagafen la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei besamim borei minei besamim la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei haesh borei meorei haesh la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol La 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 ya la 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 la.
So now we say Shavua Tov, a good week. We each take our last piece of matzah. It's like our afikomen for Pesach here. And let's do the motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov, 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 Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, Mazel Tov.